Going to college is part of the traditional flow for so many people. Today we have watched student loans grow to record levels and tuition has skyrocketed alongside this debt, not coincidentally. There are a couple issues that are being experienced today that quite frankly should make people think twice before making a life-altering decision. You came here for the truth, so let me unveil that for you. Today I'm going to be talking about student loans and college in general. I'm going to show you a study here, give you the facts, give you the download. I am not here to tell you what to do. You need to make the best decision for yourself in your life. I'm going to provide you with the facts and then you can go and do further digging from there. This is the 2019 College Senior Survey. It's out of a particular university. As with all of these surveys, it's just a sample. It just gives us an idea, but at least we know what's going through the minds of these people who are living through it now. This is a very good thing because it gives you insight. That's all. So I'm going to show you the data right now. Number of colleges students applied to, you can see that 30%, by far the largest one, applied to 5+. Now there's nothing wrong with applying to more than one. I just have something to bring up in a moment. I'm sure people have an idea in their head of the one they want to go to for sure, but just in case I'm going to apply to other places. Number of colleges that accepted them. You can see one acceptance being 29% and two acceptances being 31%. So this tells me overwhelmingly it is either 2 or 1. The question I have is, for the majority of these people, did they get accepted into the place they really wanted to go? If not, then we have a problem because now that person is going down a path they probably don't want to go. At the bottom, 35% wish they went to a different school, 28% transferred to another school. So statistically, things right now aren't looking very good. Let's look at some more. Top reasons students didn't like their school. We have cost. Obviously, you're going to get that everywhere. It just gets more expensive as time goes on. We'll talk more about that in a moment. You have want to change majors or studies as well as don't enjoy the campus life. I want to touch on this here. Want to change majors or studies. For a lot of people, they have a change of heart and they move. Maybe they have to move schools entirely, or maybe they just go to a different major within that school. This costs more money, this costs time, there are issues along with it. But of course, if something changes, you should go down the path that is most appropriate for you. 20% say that they did not study a major they intended to pursue. At the bottom, why students don't pursue the major they want to. 38% say it's a lack of jobs or opportunity, 26% too difficult to study, 25% pressure from friends and family, and 11% college didn't offer that major. I have heard from so many people that have gone down the wrong path for one reason or another, some of these included. And let me tell you what happens. They spend their time in college, they rack up the debt, they find a job. Now this job here, it's probably not the ideal position, maybe it's not even in their field at all, but it's just gonna be for a temporary period of time. Maybe it's 2 years, maybe it's 5 years, but it's a good company, they have benefits, I'll stay here for a little, then I'll move. Then you have 5 years down the road, maybe it's 8 years or 10 years down the road. You've got seniority, you've got a job that is respectable, and you decide, I have my life going for me at this point. I've got a mortgage, I've got a wife, I've got 2 kids, and I think that I'm gonna stick around here because if I work hard in 3 years, I'm gonna get that promotion to supervisor, and then everything's gonna be much better from that point on. Yes, my degree that I have has absolutely nothing to do with what I'm doing today, but it's okay because where I'm at in my life now is acceptable to me. This happens to countless individuals, not to everybody, but to so many people. So I have to ask, you went down a path that didn't fit your end desire, your end goal. Economics does play a big role in this, absolutely, because people, they get themselves into debt, they got to pay the bills, they need to eat, I understand, and so we find ourselves going into a trap sometimes. This is truly unfortunate, and I wish that for many people that they would find that which really empowers them to do good things. Sadly, our school system today doesn't really appeal to that. Okay, quickly I'm going to run through these here. Did the job market influence the major you selected? Yes, 62%. If money weren't a factor, would you have pursued a different major or career? Yes, 55%. No, 45%. It's interesting actually. It's not that far off. Does your current job relate to your major? Yes, 62% say that. If you actually talk to many people, I believe that these numbers will be skewed entirely. How graduates feel about the job market? Negative. That's 55% say negative. Do you or did you have a job lined up before you graduated? 63% say no, they did not have a job lined up, and that is very difficult sometimes depending on the market, depending on the type of job, and so on. Now we get to the economic issue. Student loans. 71% of students took out student loans to pay for school. That's a big, big number. You can see that $26,000. That's the average student loan amount. I've heard numbers that go much higher than that. This is only, of course, based on the sample that we got. $26,000 anyway is quite excessive for a lot of people to pay off. It all depends on their living situation, how much debt they have on their credit card. Are they working right now? What is the situation? All of this is really dependent. 71% receive financial assistance from their parents. Why? Because they have to take on debt that is $26,000. At the bottom, they mentioned something here that they believe it will take 9.5 years to pay off their student loans. They will be 35 years old. You can't save money until that point. So now you're starting at 35 years old if everything works out. That means what are you going to do? Where are you going to live? How is your situation going to be at that given time? Nobody really knows. Look at what has happened with student debt today. It is approaching $1.6 trillion in the United States. This is a number that grows consistently month after month after month. I think that people should just do their due diligence before they go down the wrong path. Maybe college isn't right for you. Maybe you need to do something else, pursue something else. But I think people should not do what everyone else is doing. Don't do something simply because you see somebody else having success in it. It may not work for you. You need to have a knowledge of your own skills and desires, your wants, and so on, and pursue that. That's all I'm suggesting here. If you found the video informative, please hit that like button, as it really does help me a lot. If you want the financial education that wasn't taught to you in the school system, I have these 2 books here that I wrote that breaks it down in such simple English that anybody can understand. So check them out at the link in the description if you want the audiobook that's available at themoneygps.com. If you want to know what's going on with people today and their debt, I have an interesting video. I'm sure you will like it. Click on it and I will see you there.